What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are coming at you today for a nice transfers episode. You guys have been begging me to do some transfer stuff for a while, and we do still have that very special episode coming up, but there's just been too much to not do one. So we're going to mostly be talking about some of the breaking news stories, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinion, and you can probably tell from the thumbnail which the major ones are. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the first one that we're going to start with is obviously Jadon Sancho. Sancho, like I said to you guys, has been linked out for a while now. There's a legitimate potential that he may go this window. I've told a lot of you guys that it's probably going to be either Haaland or Sancho, and they've been going back and forth of who I thought would stay, who I thought would go, mainly because of the shenanigans of Haaland's agent and father. But right now, from all the reports I'm seeing, it kind of seems like Sancho may be linked out the door. It seems like the club's open to it. It seems like the player's interested in it. And I mean, I'm not saying it's 100% sure, but there's been enough legitimate sources to assume that this is a huge potential. So let's look at some of the rumors. The first one, obviously, is Manchester United. That was the deal that was supposed to happen last summer that never did. It seems like they're cycling back. I've read a few reports in the last few days that said that they're absolutely on board and that they're not that interested because they have Greenwood. But it does seem like they need to sell someone before they could potentially go for Sancho. Sancho's market value is around 100 mil. When it comes to 100 million euros, give or take, and then he's being linked right now for about 90 million euros. So the deal is potentially there, but it depends on what United can do. Two other teams that are looking at him as well, of course, are Liverpool and Chelsea, who fall in the same kind of situation as United. Both Premier League clubs, both could probably use him if they obviously shift out. For Liverpool, it's Salah or Mane, and then Chelsea would probably have to flip Werner potentially. But the main thing is, again, they have to shift players to be able to get this player in. And then, of course, the outlier, which is the one I wanted to mention because people were tagging me in it all the time when it was happening a couple days ago, and that was that Bayern are interested in Sancho, which is just absolutely not going to happen. There's no way. When there's this many Premier League clubs interested in Sancho, there's no possible scenario that Dortmund are like, you know what? Yeah, we'll sell him to Bayern. I only want to throw it in just so you guys know that I addressed it, but it's not going to happen. If anything, they're going to sell him to a Premier League club, and Bayern, I mean, they have wingers anyways. They don't. None of it made sense. But nonetheless, I'm not saying this is 100% going to happen, but I have stressed it and I wanted to touch on it because the opportunity that probably Sancho or Haaland will leave is a legitimate one, no matter if we get Champions League or not. So those are the Sancho rumors. They look relatively likely, but it all depends. This is football. So moving on to the second rumor, and it's his partner in crime. It is Erling Haaland. I personally believe this club does not want to sell Haaland. I have thought that all along. The only reason I've kind of strayed from my view was because of what his father and his agent did, and I was like, okay, well, maybe he is looking to go, but you can tell by the love for his club, you can tell by his relationship with the players, with the staff, that I don't think that he's in a huge rush to leave. I think he's okay with potentially playing another season, and there is that elusive 75 million euro release clause on his head for next summer, which obviously means that if he doesn't go for this summer, pretty much any team that can afford that is coming for the picking, and he's got the decision to make. When I'm seeing some of the numbers that are being linked with him, and I've seen United going in for the double swoop for Haaland, Barca's another big club that's looking for him, I don't think they're going to be able to afford him this summer. If Dortmund really don't want to sell, they absolutely don't have to, because the number that they could potentially rise Haaland to is like 150 million euros, which is just unrealistic for this transfer because of the COVID market, and especially looking at Barca, who seem to be the number one team interested in him, have to obviously flip Griezmann, Coutinho. They have so much dead weight and wages that are on that bill, and I just don't see them being able to do it. So if you're asking me, I'm very confident that out of the two, Haaland's the one who will more than likely stay next season. Maybe they both do because of this crazy market, but if you're looking at one of the two that's got real potential to leave, it's more Sancho in my opinion than it would be Haaland. Now we roll over to a kind of one we were, I guess, expecting, but not, I don't know. It's a little off-brand, but it's Roman Bürki, and Bürki's been linked to a 5 million euro transfer over to Monaco in Liga, and I think that kind of fits. I mean, we know that Bürki's obviously going to have to come in clutch for the next few games here to hopefully get us to some silverware as well as to a top 4 finish, but it kind of seemed like his fate was sealed, and he's starting to get linked around, and some people are kind of insulted by the low 5 million euro. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not that offended by it. I think that is probably going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be Monaco, but it seems like he is interested in potentially leaving the Bundesliga, and I think Monaco could be a good fit for him. I mean, they have a strong keeper there already, so there is that. But yeah, I mean, it's not a huge surprise. So you guys can let me know what you guys think about it, but it's a rumor that seems to be relatively legitimate, and we'll see what happens from there. And a couple of other outliers that came in to my attention for today was Marcos Alonso, the left wing back from Chelsea, has been linked with a 15 million euro deal to Dortmund. I don't like this rumor whatsoever. I desperately don't want it to happen. He plays specifically as a left wing back. He can only really play in a 3-back formation, almost similar to Guerrero, except I think Guerrero's got a little more defensive awareness than Alonso. I like Alonso. He absolutely does not fit what Marco Rose is going to bring next season. I'm almost 95% positive we're going to play in the 4-2-3-1, if not the 4-1-2-1-2, and Marcos Alonso does not fit that whatsoever. He's a huge defensive liability, and he's very similar to the left wing back we already have. If anything, when you want to replace Schultz, you need to replace him with a natural left back. So, I mean, please keep that deal as far away from us as we possibly can. There's no scenario whatsoever I can see where Marcos Alonso is a good fit for this club. And the last thing I'm going to touch on today, guys, and it's an interesting debate, and I've kind of talked to you guys on Twitter about it. So, and I have a little bit of mixed feelings, but it's our manager. It's our boy, Jadon Sancho. So, let me just start off by saying I absolutely love and adore Jadon Sancho. I do. I think that he's came in here with a task to do, and to be able to balance this ship that was going so far under, it's not even ridiculous, to potentially save this season with some silverware and, of course, a top 4 finish. He deserves praise. But with praise comes attention, and that's why some clubs are looking at potentially bringing him for a manager. And if you're looking at me right now, and we have Marco Rose come in, this is nothing against Jadon Sancho, but I would prefer even Jadon Sancho to potentially move on. Not that I don't want him here, but I think it's best for his development. I think he's done a fantastic job. I think that he's now got the taste of what it's like to lead a club like this, that it's going to be hard to revert back down to second fiddle. When Marco Rose comes in here, he's going to come here with contradicting ideas about the club, the way it's run, and Jadon Sancho will have to just relax and potentially be a second fiddle, a second right-hand man to Marco Rose. And I think that, honestly, he's better than that. I think that he can go out and he can take on the likes of Eintracht Frankfurt or Wolfsburg. Both of those clubs have been interested in him. Both top Bundesliga sides. I think that Terzic can potentially move on. I think that he can grow his career, and then, around the corner, he'll come back to Dortmund and take over once again. So that's my opinion. But I mean, if he stays, he stays. It's fine, man. We love him here. He would bring the passion to complement the tactics of Marco Rose, and he could learn from him. There is an argument for both. I'd love to hear what you guys think, but if I'm just looking at him from a coaching development, him potentially going on and taking a big job would be, for me, a win-win, because it would help him grow and potentially come back. So definitely let me know what you guys think about all these transfers. I know that you guys do like the transfers episodes. They usually do very well. And it's been a while, but we do have a very special one coming up soon, so we have not forgot about that one. It will be more of a transfer target episode rather than some of the outgoing situations that we've had here. But I thought I'd throw in the Marco Alonso one for some fun for you guys. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these transfers. Do you think that Sancho and Haaland are going to stay? Do you think one, or if not both, are going to go? And about the other transfers I touched on as well. Let me know, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We have a big game coming up on Thursday, so hopefully you guys enjoy this little transfer fun before we get into the preview that will come out tomorrow. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.